you very much. I have some question about the radiation. I understand that the next day or so they went in and found radiation. If you irradiate food to preserve it, if you then take the food away from the radiation source, there is no radiation coming from the food. If there was radiation found at that site the next day or so, something was left there from which the radiation was coming. Radiation is like light beams. It's gone when you pull the source away. The radiation is gone. What was left there?
Nick, go ahead.
Yes, Colonel Halt investigated the landing site from the first night, shortly before he had his own encounter. And the disaster preparedness officer, Sergeant Monroe Nevels, noticed that not only were there indentations in the ground where this thing had apparently landed, 3 indentations forming essentially a triangular shape, but the inside, this was in a clearing, the insides of the trees seemed to him to have been scorched and burned somewhat. And again, the document, the February 23rd Ministry of Defense document that you have is from the scientific and technical intelligence part of the Defense Intelligence Staff. I'm not a scientist myself, so I can't speak to the technicalities of it, but clearly a number of people who looked at the landing site after Jim and John's account, it certainly got close to all this. And then this is again one of the reasons why this is of some concern. A number of these people have gone on the record, but a number have not, and may not even be aware that there are potential healthcare issues arising from the radiation.
But am I not correct that if radiation was coming from the site, something was left there from which the radiation was coming? Radiation is like a light beam. If you take the source away, source of light away, there isn't any light. Take the source of radiation away, there isn't any radiation unless you leave something there that is irradiating. What was left there?
Yeah, I don't know, sir.
Okay, I'd be very curious what was left there that was radiating. You said that the trees were scorched, but when it took off, there was no heat. There was no backwash. And why would there be indentations in the soil? Because you saw it hovering. It wasn't even touching the soil.
Well, that's the way it appeared, sir, be hovering. But the only thing it was emanating out of was light, and not unless the light caused indentions. I don't know. It's beyond my, I can guess on it, but